today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
What a problem with us out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 513, Nasdaq's up 380, S&Ps are up 81. That's a gain inside the Nasdaq, a positive 3.3%, 1.8 in the Dow and 1.4 in the S&Ps. Gold contract down $7, trading 19.03 an ounce. You got silver off 24 cents, $24 flat. Light sweet crude, $37.98 a barrel. And notes and bonds, folks. This is pretty amazing. You have the 10-year up 26 ticks, the 30-year up 2 points and 20 ticks, almost up 3 ticks. Bottom line, you had the 30-year move 5 points last night, folks. Okay, that's $5,000. Pretty amazing move. They both now are inside their higher range once again. So betting against the note and bond market is not the way to go. King dollar's down 75 ticks, trading 93.479. The euro's at 117. The yen is at 104.32, and the British pound's at 129 to 1 U.S. dollar. Tom O'Brien, ride him, cowboy.
Did you get any sleep last night?
I'm telling you, man.
I got some sleep. I did.
I got sleep, man. I always get sleep.
I had to get some sleep, but man, quite a market. Did not disappoint in terms of what may happen. I guess you could have got more, but I mean, we're talking about you're now 120 points in the S&Ps above where you were trading at last night, and you've almost made that move twice.
And guess what, folks? Okay, markets are going to be open. You know, numbers are going to be coming in. So hold on for the ride.
I said on my show just real quick. When do you get election results live during market hours? You get them today, man.
Presidential. Let's go over
That's
to
right.
our man and get some results. Our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks at TD Ameritrade. Think or Swim as we do every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And don't forget, folks, every trading day right here. You want to understand the option market, option strategies, futures, defined risk in quotes. 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time. Outstanding program. If you haven't test driven yet, the Think or Swim platform, so easy to do, folks. You're sitting on the website, hit the banner, bring it up. The lighter trade with paper money can follow Kevin and his team every trading day. Kevin Hinks, what's going on, man?
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Tommy. You know what's interesting? The most interesting thing this morning to me is it appears that the most important thing that the market was looking at was the Senate being split, right? Because the fact that Republicans held on to the Senate and Democrats held on to the House, and the fact that VIX is doing what it's doing tells me that was the most important part of this.
That VIX move. Whew.
Yeah, that VIX move is big. And it tells you, remember, we were talking last week and early this week that how much of that high 30s, close to 40 VIX was the election. Well, you're starting to see how much it was. You know, so the VIX is still elevated. It's still going to be elevated because you still got pandemic, vaccine, and stimulus package on the horizon. But now you can see how much premium was election related.
Yeah. I mean, that was a fast 11 points, man. You know, no doubt. And we're talking, folks, you get 11 points inside the VIX in 3 days, 3 trading days.
Yeah,
there's no doubt. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, they are punishing volatility here, guys, across the board. Remember, it starts in the indexes, and then it seeps over to the equities as well. So volatility is down here across the board.
Yeah. And now, you know, just like you said, you know, you start talking stimulus again, you start talking, you know, markets again. It looks to me, I mean, the market basically is saying, you know, we got a toss-up out here, but I don't think the market's scared of either one of them. That's what it looks like, man. So
as long as the Congress is divided, you're
yes,
right. You're exactly right.
Absolutely right.
Taxes will have a trouble getting through. Higher taxes,
right?
Higher corporate taxes. All these things that were frightening investors maybe go by the wayside in a split Congress.
Yes, and I guess that's what the bond market's saying too, man. I mean, that bond move, folks, if you've ever traded bonds, you know, bonds don't move like that. Well, guess what? They do move like that because they moved like that last night. The amazing part about that bond move, Kevin, that it started as soon as we got off the air in the afternoon, man. I mean, that thing started at 7 o'clock at night, man. I mean, it was at lows, right, and then it just never stopped.
Yeah, I mean, the moves overnight were big, and they were, what I thought, premature. They went, you know, the markets moved early on this,
yes,
which I thought was really surprising.
Yeah,
but they were, you know, they were all over the board and they were moving a lot. It's, you know, it's fascinating because we talk, a lot of people talk, you hear a lot of people talk, and those are all questions. The answers are coming out right now in the overall market. That, you know, this is where the money is bet. This is where the real answers to the questions are.
Right.
And I think this market's saying, as long as it's a split Congress, we don't really care.
It's a relief.
Who the president is.
Yeah, it's interesting. You can see it, man. You can, you know, guess what? That I'm still trying to figure out the. It would seem, I guess, I gave us if it's gridlock, the tech stocks are like saying, "Hey, man, this is good. You guys can fight it out, and we're going to keep going on making money, man." Did I just lose him? Well, bummer. I think we just lost him.
Yeah, those tech stocks, maybe we'll get them back, maybe not. But exactly, you know, what, Apple up 4%, Microsoft shares right now up 4.3%, Amazon shares up 4.9%. As mentioned in my program, some of the tech stocks, man, just like Kevin was saying, though, no massive changes, right? You're not going to get, if Republicans hold the Senate and you have Democrats holding the House, that seems pretty assured. No matter who wins, you're not going to get massive legislation, and you're definitely not going to get it to the tune of capital gains tax hikes, right? You're not going to get it to corporate tax hikes, all of that. The capital gains alone, though, maybe that's the reason why some of the tech stocks getting hit to the upside, because those would have been potentially some of the stocks if you were thinking about selling, right? Why not get in ahead of both taxes getting raised in terms of your capital gains taxes and, you know, just federal income potentially and corporate?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. There's no doubt. If we go inside the Dow Industrials, we take a look at the strength versus the weakness inside the Dow. United Health's up 8%. You got Amgen up 6%. Merck's up 5%. Taken away from it, Caterpillar's down 6%. You get Dow DuPont off 2.5%. J.P. Morgan's off 2%. Inside the NDX 100, you get Biogen up for 14%. DocuSign, DocuSign's up 9%. Taken away from it, the leader on the way down is Fox Network. So that says quite a bit right there. It's going to get interesting to see how this market shakes it out. Auto, I know it's a big one. I mean, because that's Autodesk is down 1.3%. eBay's off 1.1%. You know. So there's no doubt we're talking some action out here. Yeah, let's go over to the Canopy quick. So Canopy, bottom line, this came back fast. But that being said, this just came back to the breakout area. You know, Canopy was up at $21, come back to 18. That's a normal technical setup, folks. Okay, you break top side, you come back, you get lighter volume.
Sorry, Jay. I was just going to say, we'll talk about it afterwards, too, because that's another interesting one. There was some variety of states, right, legalizing cannabis.
Right.
But then you have, how does a split Congress get through if they were going to have some kind of legislation or something? I mean, many variables.
Yeah,
take a look.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 576. You get the Nasdaq up 419. S&Ps are up 93. Biogen, folks. So Biogen just got halted. This is a little rocket ship out here this morning. We just went from a price point of 246. Last trade looked like it was 283. And what's happening here, they've been going back and forth with this Alzheimer's drug that they have, folks. The equity had got destroyed a few times. And, the FDA released a briefing docs on Biogen's Alzheimer's drug, and it looks like the market-wise, it's definitely a positive for them. If we pull this back and just look at this for a second, what you're going to see is that they forget when this first, it's one of these downdrafts that they pulled the drug, and now it's going to be just the opposite. So in between the break there, Tom, bottom line is that let's do a little update as to states where we are, because this is going to be going on all day.
This sure is, man, and just remarkable everything, right? So this market, we got the S&Ps now up 90 points, man. Quite an acceleration. Seriously. Even since the open. We were just trading with a low of 33.95. You're up 57 points intraday since 9:35 this morning. We all know how much the market was up. And there's some clarity coming out here, man. I mean, as things go, so the numbers right now, 238 for Biden to 213 for Trump, okay? The states in focus here, we're talking about, Wisconsin. Biden leads by 21,000 right now. I mean, these numbers, it's just amazing how close everything is. The country divided, but divided so closely, man, 50-50.
Pretty amazing.
Across the board, yeah. You got Michigan. We're talking about 16,000 votes. Vice President Biden leading by. When you get into Nevada over here, you got Biden leading by 8,000. Now, here is the implication for scenarios that play out. The most plausible one, and you have Arizona that was out there for a bit, seems to be called at this point by almost all outlets for Biden at this point. And that one, though, you're talking about 100,000 votes, 51 to 47. If you just take Arizona, Nevada, Wisconsin, and Michigan, that's enough to put Biden at 270, man. So he's already ahead. The expectation is the votes that come in from here are votes being counted from early votes.
Right.
It's going to be tough. Not impossible, but it would basically be an upset if President Trump won at this point. The betting market's saying that, and you know, you have a lead in these states. And if they last, that's the only ones that are needed for President Trump to catch up. That's a tough order right now. It doesn't mean it can't happen. But then you jump to a state like Pennsylvania. Now, here's a cool one for Pennsylvania. This is how cool everything is in terms of how close everything is. How close everything is. So Pennsylvania, to jump back to the chart here, you have, as of right now, about a 500,000 vote lead. OK, you're at 54 to 44 for President Trump to Vice President Biden. Now, where this comes in is that there's been a huge edge in the numbers of ballots that have been voting for Vice President Trump that have been mail-ins. He's won 77% of the mail-in ballots counted so far. There's 1.4 million ballots left. Now, this tweet's from before, okay, but this is going to illustrate, because right now we saw that there's a 500,000 gap, right? When this tweet was sent out, it was 787,000. I think it was a couple hours ago. But you can see that if you apply 77% to the remaining 1.4 million ballots, that would give him 780,000 votes, and he's trailing by 650. So that's going to put Pennsylvania, man, somewhere in the neighborhood of about 100,000 votes, give or take, either way. And then you have Georgia as well that's still up there, and you're talking about 100,000 votes in Georgia, a state where they've cast 4.72 million ballots. Just remarkable, man. But, you know, what's in focus right now is that it's becoming clearer and clearer that Michigan, Wisconsin, and Nevada are all for Biden. And if he holds those three states and the call in Arizona is correct, which it looks to be, that would be enough to push him over, regardless of what happens in Pennsylvania, North Carolina, or Georgia. There's the breakdown, man.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a day. And market-wise, it's just not stopping, folks. Okay, the bottom line, you get the Dow up 650. You get the NASDAQ. Look at the NQs, up 528. The S&Ps are up over 102. You know, we'll see where this whole thing shakes out. But bottom line is that these markets are moving, man. And we get over, let me just look at this. Yeah, you get the SPY up $10. You know, you got 32 million shares underneath it. You're going into the downdraft. It's gonna still need more volume, but this is gonna get wild. Well, it already is wild. That's the real bottom line. I'm trying to figure out this bond move, because I guess it could go right back to the aspect that gridlock's going to be out there, that it's going to be hard to basically get anything done, because that's what those bonds are saying. Those bonds jumped here. Watch this, folks, okay? Those bonds jumped right back in the higher range, and that would be telling me that no matter who does come out ahead here, that stimulus package is not going to be as big as it would probably be prior to the election. You know, I mean, look at this move, man. I mean, your benchmark, folks, is the lows of the 28th of November, even August, which is 173.26. It just ripped right through that, like not even close, man. that is my one move.
Yeah.
So, you know, we'll see where that.
It's so cool to try and think about, just like, you know, Kevin was saying. So definitely the VIX, right? They're taking a lot of volatility off the table. It's even more so. We're at 28.29, just kind of hanging down there. We've shaved $8 off the VIX just from where we were at like 3 o'clock yesterday. And what is the cause of the market accelerating higher? Is it pricing in a Biden presidency, a Republican Senate, and a Democratic House? Probably at this point, man. You know, we're in the process of probabilities. And I was mentioning in my show, and here's the difference, right, in terms of estimating anything yesterday on polls and estimating it today. Today, you're estimating it on votes. They know the numbers that are mail-in ballots or what are coming in, right? It's not a poll. You actually know the numbers of hundreds of thousands of votes and how they're voting. Doesn't mean it's going to continue the exact trend, but it's a much better estimation of where things go when you're going off actual numbers, which is what's happening right now, which, you know, so they're making estimations there, man, off of that information.
And the market's not worried about it. That's the real bottom line.
No, not at all.
You know, that's no. You know, when you cut to the chase, that's how this thing is shaken out. Because the market, you know, you hear this all the time. The market always wants answers. So whatever the market heard, they are all right with it. That's the bottom line.
To put it lightly, right?
Yeah, that's the bottom line out here. You know?
Seriously.
And if we go over to the dollar, it's going to be interesting here. Now the dollar exploded topside last night at one particular point, and then just gave it up in spades, man. I mean, the dollar, that had a monster move too. That went to 94.302, and then just flipped right around, man, and said, nope, I'm not going higher. I'm going lower. And just took itself, and it was a one-way move, you know. Yeah, right. So that's it later. So the dollar. Oh no, I see what happened, man. So when the bonds were first low at night at 7 o'clock, the dollar was fine. The dollar was a little strong. As soon as the bonds start going topside, the dollar. Oh no. So the bonds went topside. Let me see this. 9 o'clock. Man, this one's a tough one to figure out, man. I'm telling you. It's all about the amount of money that's being printed, folks, between the dollar and the bond market here. Dow Industrials up 549, Nasdaq's up 444, S&P's are up 92. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 525, Nasdaq's up 425, S&P's are up 90. Let's get over to Biogen again. Biogen just opened up with that Alzheimer's drug. There you go, man. This is something else. So Biogen, folks, opened up this morning at 253. You're trading 312. This must be quite a drug that they have, Tom.
Yeah, right away I said, great for humanity in my head. I just saw the chart and I said, that's awesome. Progress on an Alzheimer's drug to the tune of a 26% pop in Biogen. It's got to have some meaningful use and application, which is great just in general, right?
Oh,
it's awesome.
It's a terrible disease, man.
I know. It's awesome.
And they've been trying to tackle that for a huge amount of time. And hopefully the bottom line is that, it'll fly. One of the targets are saying that's already approved in Europe. Yeah, well, Europe is a lot smaller than the United States. Together it's probably on the same size, but...
and they have, I believe, looser regulations, so probably not an assurity that they were going to get approved here.
Beginning later in the year. Well, it's not done until it's done.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so... gold. Let's go over to the gold market. So gold took a little ride, too, no doubt. What you have with the gold market, we got down to 1881. You're at 1908. And what's happening with gold, folks, and this is going to be wild watching this shake out, because we hit 1917. Let me see this. It's 1914 that I would like to see this thing sliced through in a big way, and we haven't done it yet.
Look at that trend line.
I know, man.
But that is like perfect, man.
It's laying right at it. It's there's no doubt, and that trend line today is it's 1914, 1918. It's right in that flavor. What did happen, if you happen to be in the metals market, is that the biggest gold stock out there ripped that trend line apart yesterday in spades. How you'd like to see a trend line get ripped apart, and that's right from the highs. You're going to see Newmont. You can see the highs out here in Newmont is $72.22. They came out with their numbers. They were great numbers. They came out with their numbers 4 days ago. And you can see you just ripped apart that line. So that's a real positive inside the gold market, man, And, if you didn't hear Fred Ernest yesterday, folks, this was really intriguing, man. Now, we own Vista Gold and the Gold Report. I happen to personally own Vista Gold. I did an interview with him yesterday. What was so intriguing at the end of that interview, though, this is really unusual, too, folks. It's pretty cool. He had brought it up in the conference call, evidently, also, but there was some good... He flat out, here, the last thing he said is that stay tuned from 6 to 8 weeks from now, for some news on Vista Gold. That's whatever that is, folks, is a big number. Because if you are fundamentalists, go dig into what they have. They've been working on this mine for a long period of time. They have almost every permit in place. And as Fred said, they are not going to build the mine. And to me, that's awesome, because what happens is that it's building the mine, folks, that expands the risk in a dramatic way. So they're looking for a partner that they could basically own 50% of the mine. It's like a development agreement. You put the development together. It takes 10 or 12 years to get the whole thing done. And then all of a sudden you lay it off and say, okay, now someone else put up the money. I'm going to turn it into a royalty company. That's what they're looking to do. It'd
be like if you owned a block in Manhattan, right? And you said, I'm not going to develop it. I'm going to bring in developers, cut me in on some of the action. You guys do all the heavy work and share me in the profits.
There's a whole business like that. But that's,
Oh, sure.
It's a big type of business, period. Exactly as you laid it out. So 6 to 8 weeks, man. That's something else. Let's go take a look at one of the stocks that these tigers like trading out here. So let's see. This SAVA. Okay, so...
All right, cassava, huh?
Yeah, develops drug
cassava sciences. Okay.
Proprietary technology. Companies have a safer drugs in the pain management, particularly area of opiate painkillers. Don't tell me it's another opiate drug. Particularly management, payment.
Safer and efficacious drugs for use in pain management, particularly in opioid painkillers. So I don't know how maybe they're trying to...
Oh, that's cool. Dan's telling me that's an old description. They're into Alzheimer's now. Okay, so... Formerly Pain Therapeutics is a clinical stage biopharma. The company is focused on developing the treatment of nervous system disorders. The company is focused on early detection and treatment of diseases such as Alzheimer's. Okay, so... bottom line is that you get action, man. Look at this stock. I mean, 3 months ago, you were at $2-3. Well, we'll see. They got buyers out there today. There's no doubt inside of the market in itself, buyers are just everywhere out here today. And, we got, 5 hours left inside the marketplace here to see where this thing shakes out.
Plenty of time.
Oh, yeah. And, Microsoft,
right?
Yeah, they were up big this morning. And, oh, my God, they'll be even bigger now.
They got it all back on that second thrust.
Yeah, they were up $5. Now they're up $9.30. And
Amazon, keep going, yeah.
And, you want to keep your eye on that because Microsoft, on the whole run, the last 3 months, was the strongest stock inside the NDX 100.
Yeah, and I was just going to mention that I see, Microsoft up $170 today. Amazon, we're going back and forth. Amazon up $170 today.
Yeah.
Just huge, man. Yeah.
That being said, this is going to be interesting because when you get these types of moves, folks, and we don't have volume on this move right now, and these are the types of moves you get counter trend bounces, and we'll see if that shakes out. But so. If you've never seen counter trend bounces in a market that wants lower price, folks, this is what it is. So
what's going to be fascinating here is that the political shape is taking the political, scope of things is taking shape throughout today. Maybe tomorrow, if things tighten even more, or something like that, we don't get the numbers. And then you're going to go right to the next one of how exactly that plays out. I mean, if it plays out like this in terms of where things would likely go right now with Biden, Republican Senate, we saw what a Republican Senate was willing to give for stimulus for a Republican president, right? Which is like $500 billion. So when does the market start factoring in the fears of limited stimulus coming down the line? And is a limited stimulus even possible in a lame duck before January or February or something like that? Because that's a little fear in the market, I think, once you start to price that. Now, we're away from that. You know what I mean? We have to resolve the presidential election that's still up in the air.
Well, didn't you know that the Senate is conservative and they don't like spending money?
We're going to see some of that, I expect.
They're all conservatives, right?
We're going to see.
They don't spend any money.
Deficits may matter again. We'll see. Yeah.
Telling you folks, man. The bottom line, go to the beach. If you go swimming, go skiing.
That's the important part, man. Relax.
Go do something.
I was proud
folks,
of myself. I shut my eyes. I mean, it looked like it, and to swing. So here's where the betting. We're all bettors, man. If we're traders.
Yeah.
At one point, 11:30 last night, man, it was swinging to Trump being almost minus 600, which is like a 6 times favorite. You had Biden swinging down to 20% to win. And we're talking about betting odds here last night. Biden started the night at like 70%. He went down to 20%. I'm not sure where he is right now, but he was back at 70% at some point this morning. Just mammoth swings, man. But I went to bed. I did.
I did, too.
It's 11:30. No matter what we get, I knew it wasn't going to be clear until some of those absentee ballots get counted today, tomorrow, et cetera.
Yeah.
So,
stay right there, folks. Tommy.com, right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 475, Nasdaq's up 380, S&Ps are up 80. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Teddy Cakestad, as we do each and every Wednesday at 40 past the hour. You can reach Teddy, folks, every trading day at forex-trading-unlock.com. That's forex-trading-unlock.com. Teddy Cakestad, what's going on?
Oh my gosh! If today's not a day that your listeners know that the interest rates are definitely a pricing component of the currencies, I don't know what would prove it to them, because it sure is to me.
What a move, right? That was just extraordinary, man. 5 points inside the 30. That's like
absolutely, absolutely. Now you know what's funny is there's times where the currencies, the currencies didn't have that big of a move. I mean, on a daily basis, it looks kind of big, but that's because the ranges have been pretty tight for the last week and a half.
Okay.
You know? And if you look at the range in the euro today, it had basically $1. It was 170 pip move. So it's not quite, it's like $1.75 of a move, on a basis level. That's not that big of a deal, especially with news or what have you. Now, the fact that the bonds, though, did what they did, that's a totally different story. And that's what really drove the currency moves. Because I think what happened yesterday is with the way the bonds moved, that set off all the, it set off margins, and it also set off the algos. Okay, so that's why we have the extremes that were hit. I mean, think about this. Anyone that trades the currencies or the bond futures markets, or for the 30-year or the 10-year, if they don't trade with stops, they got blown out of their positions and probably got margin calls overnight. At some period, either whether it was early on or later with the move, somehow today with the volatility.
That's right, because what Teddy's saying, folks, so for the 30-year, you normally put up about $5,000. It was a $5,000 move. So if you're on the right side, great, you're great. But guess what? It's a two-way market, so yeah.
And you would have been stopped out before you even would have been able to see half that move anyhow. The machines would have kicked you out.
Right.
So you would have had margin calls going on from the computers going on in the currency market and the interest rate market simultaneously. Also, at the same time, the algos had to be kicking up huge. If you look at the volume in the currency, all the currencies, all the interest rate markets, there was a huge volume spike overnight between yesterday's trading and today's trading.
Okay.
It's not because people are making a bet getting long or short. It's because of the volatility got so high. And you have to think about the bond market especially. If you look at it, the 30-year stretched super high. The 10-year did as well, but nothing like what the 30-year did.
Right.
So the spreads between those were so extreme, and you have the euro dollars now where they're still stuck at their highs. So, I mean, you can't buy it because it's not going anywhere, and if you sell it, it's not going anywhere either. So the only leg on those spreads, especially internationally, is the 30-year and the 10-year. So I think that that's really what happened overnight. Was they just really they got stretched so far,
right?
You know, because they're pushing it. You know, we don't have an outcome for the election. We know we're not going to have one right away. But think about this. This was not like what's going on in the currencies today is not currency driven. It's interest rate driven. And I think now you have to watch the next 24 to 48 hours because there's going to be a balancing. So all your small traders, all your weak longs and shorts, it doesn't matter whether you were long or short yesterday in 30-year bond market. If you're a weak long or short, you got knocked out. Somehow you did within the past 24 hours. You can't tell me that you didn't unless you somehow were on the right side and were like, okay, I'm going to get out of this move. You know, so, but, you know, that's always far and few between, you know. So I
think what Teddy's
that,
talking about, folks, what had happened is that, you know, basically, you know, from 9 to 10, you had a vicious retracement. And then, you know, from basically 2 in the morning to 3:30 in the morning, you had a vicious retracement. Meaning, if you're going to take your money, you know, even if you're on the right side, meaning, you know, higher price, lower yield, normally you bring a stop up with it. You're not going to leave that thing just laying out there. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Because the amount of money you already took in is huge. Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, so let me ask you something. I've never done this. I like trading the 10s a lot. So what you're saying, like people trade the 10s and 30s as a spread, right? Is that what they're doing too?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I got it. Right. Okay.
Absolutely.
And that's where the offens are, right? Because it wasn't the same type of move, right? I got it. Okay.
Right. Absolutely. So now you got to figure there's balancing on all those things. Now, as far as directionally, where are we going? Well, one, we need an outcome for the election. We pretty much know that Biden is priced in, and that's where everyone's looking forward to. It's just a matter of closure, you know. So the volatility we had today, I don't think you're going to see that for the next couple of days. As far as trending and strength, like yesterday, if it was no election, you know, I had all kinds of buy signals. I had a buy signal or a sell signal for the dollar versus the euro, the pound, and the Swiss. Okay. So because like the book that I wrote, High Probable Japanese Candlestick Patterns, this would have been a day yesterday on the close, you'd be getting into these positions. However, one of my rules is never in front of a major event. If you get a signal, do you do it? And this is why you don't do it. Because what happened today.
Right.
You would have been getting long the euro US dollar as of the close yesterday, which would have been great going into the evening. And then what happened? It came out and it took out the low from yesterday and the low from the day before. It spiked. We made on a daily basis a higher move high within the past 24 hours and made another lower move low on a daily basis. And now we're basically unchanged on the day. That's extreme volatility.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, what do you figure? So is my buy signals, that's why, like, am I now bullish on the euro US dollar because I had a signal yesterday? Well, no, because if I would have taken the signal against the rule, I would have been stopped out as a loser.
Yeah.
You know, and you know what I'm saying? And now because of that volatility, the levels were stopped out, so the signal is no longer good. You know what I mean? So that tells me that, especially with what's going on in Europe between the UK, Germany, and France. I mean, you have besides COVID lockdowns, now you have high terror alerts. So you're not going to see strength in those currencies right now, at least not very much. You know what I mean? Dollar, until we have a result from the election, it's just going to be a sideways trade. You know.
You know what's cool, man? I mean, because what you're really saying is, let the markets calm down for a couple of days, and then you'll see the trend going back and forth, whatever that is going to be. Yeah, I know, which is really cool, man.
Don't chop yourself up right now. Just don't. Yeah. I'm flat as you can be. You know, it's like, you remember from the floor trading days, like every floor trader goes home flat. Yep. At least you try to. Right. You know, so, but even a position trader going on in markets like this, you just stay out. I mean, and this is, like, I don't feel like I'm a genius because I'm flat, you know, after what happened. But I know that after this conversation today, I'm going to play golf. It's going to be 70 degrees in Chicago.
We both know, and folks, if you've traded a lot out here, you're going to know it's really a great feeling being flat that you can go have a life somewhere else for the 6.5 hours, in Teddy's case, you know, probably 20 hours that market's basically open. No, it is, isn't it? I mean, I dig it. No, listen, I'm in the same case right now. Do you know what I mean? I'm saying to myself, okay, you know, and it takes a lot to turn around and say, okay, let this baby settle out. because what I love is that the ranges are much bigger now. So once this settles out a bit, man, there's always another trade, folks, and these ranges are big now.
Right.
Man. Yeah.
You know what? Exactly. There's always another trade, you know, and you know what I mean? Like, you know what I did? I watched The Godfather and fell asleep last night. I slept like a baby.
I love it, man. That is a series, man. Yeah, totally. That's the way to go. Listen, man, that's what makes it happen, man. You got to love it.
Nice.
Well, listen, man, it's a pleasure. You go get a hole-in-one, man. That'd be a beautiful thing. That's a good way to kick off today. We love the education. We look forward to speaking the next Wednesday, Teddy.
Thanks, guys. You have a good one, Tom.
Thank you.
Thanks, Teddy. You too.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back. Dow's up 552, Nasdaq's up 404, S&Ps are up 86. We'll come right back.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 605, Nasdaq's up 431, S&Ps are up 94. So we had gotten oil numbers out, Tom. Looks like crude fell 8,000. Was that 8,000 barrels?
8 million. 8.0 million.
8 million
yeah.
barrels.
Quite a drop.
Yeah, big time.
And it's we got a little bit of a pop in the price, as may expect. Oil all over the place last night, down to below 37.40. Right now, though, we're right up near the upper bound, 38.76, and you can see the volatility. You see the spike on the volume at 10:30. We've traded up about 35 cents for the price of crude since then.
CL. Let's bring this active contract up. So now this is What price did you have? Because I know mine's delayed.
38.78 we're sitting at right now. So probably
38.56. Yeah, you're inside the range again. Interesting, man. That range, that's 37.12 is the number. So we'll see if it can basically save itself, as did the note and bond market. The note and bond market definitely saved itself, man. Yeah. And, of course...
that move in the 30-year. I hadn't actually seen the 30-year. No, I always have the 10-year. I hadn't seen it before. Craziness. Yeah.
Isn't that wild, man?
Seriously.
I mean, that was something else. The thing that's really wild about it is that after hours, the bottom line, folks, is that there were a lot of traders out there last night to be that liquid. That's, the bond market is more liquid than anything during the day, for sure, okay?
Yeah.
At night, it's 3 or 4 tick spread, which is unusual in the bond market. There's 32 ticks. Ticks is 1 point, and normally it's only a tick away buying or selling it. And I suspect, I wasn't looking at that last night, but most of the time that opens up. Stay right there, folks. You can Think or Swim coming up next. And I'm Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave. Wait, I'll be back this afternoon. You can expect, I don't know, the market looks like that, hey, listen, man, the bottom line, we want higher price today. Thanks, pal.
I'd say so. Thanks, man.
Look at him, folks.